You know what? I still think that's kind of trippy how you look at the light and it's all like light and it's all dark around it, even though when you look at the room, it's all light. Right, Valerie? Yeah, it's pretty trippy. Anyways, hello everyone. Welcome to. I don't even know the date actually. It is. Okay, so it says. Okay, so. Welcome everyone to Sunday, February 23rd, 2014. I'm Exceeding Shadow, but you knew that already. And today I want to talk about mostly two things that kind of caught my attention today. One, I achieved. And just the second thing is the second thing that sounds interesting. So, this is it. The thing that sounds very, very interesting. I don't know who's writing the book, but there's going to be a console war book talking about the Super Nintendo, by Nintendo, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, versus the Sega Genesis. All of it, as much as possible from like everybody's stand of view and point. And I don't think there's really been a book that's really talked about the console wars other than people talking about it on YouTube and memories and such growing up. Everybody was always, saying Super Nintendo was better than Genesis, or the other way around, with puns like Genesis does on Nintendo. Blast processing. What was it? Like color differences, palettes, mode 7. There's so many things that mostly defined saying, hey, this is the reason why you should get the Super Nintendo than the Genesis, or the other way around. Now, I already told you guys on my story about both games, or both consoles, the console wars. I actually own both of them, if you want to see. And Valerie, I don't know what the heck she's doing. Genesis, Super Nintendo. Now, I have about the same amount of games for both consoles. Which, you're probably asking yourself, which one do I play more? It's still a tie. Honestly, to this day, it's still a tie. Now you might be asking yourself, asking yourself, saying, what console did I get first out of the Genesis and the Super Nintendo? Well, Valerie's just like, oh, what's going on? But the console I got first was my Sega Genesis. It's the Model 2 version, not the very first one. Then eventually I got the Super Nintendo. But it was like a used one that during the point of the Super Nintendo, it was kind of already fading away, because when I got it, okay, when I got it, Nintendo 64 was already huge and big in like 1998, which was like around the year when Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, all those great games were already out. And not many people, like GoldenEye and what's not, and not many people were like talking about Super Nintendo as much now, other than saying Super Nintendo looked better than 64, or I like Super Nintendo more than the 64, or like this is a entirely different environment of 3D and such. But honestly, that's just how people sees it. So, honestly, if you tell me which version of a game is better than what, like Terminator versus RoboCop, I know the Genesis version was better. For Disney Aladdin, that was a total difference. That was like one of the best examples. The Super Nintendo version was a platforming. You jump on people like Mario and such, and you win and such like that. Still based on the movie. The Genesis version. I don't know what Valerie's crying about or whining about. The Genesis version was Aladdin with a sword, going through like platforms, but he also had a sword, and it was mostly searching for things and beating up people with apples and swords. So honestly, I never beat that version of the game because it's too hard. I don't know if there's a cheat code for it. I never looked it up, but I don't know. But back to the console wars. So it's Genesis versus Super Nintendo. A lot of people could tell me differences like, oh, the music sounds better on this console or this. It just depends on the game itself. I guess. So it just depends on which version. Like, I know there's Lion King, which is basically the same version on both consoles. But no matter what you look at it, you still have to play. You know, I like, of course, that's some, like, button layouts that's different. You know, the Genesis has, like, A, B, C, and the Super Nintendo has A, B, and then it goes to, like, Y or X. And then also, yeah, the Super Nintendo eventually, the Genesis also got X and Y, but they also added Z, which Nintendo didn't add until around the 64. So the layout for both consoles were kind of different, but not too much. But they were kind of all the same. Now, one thing that kind of caught my eye, other than Valley keep freaking playing the stupid thing, the jingle. Other than the book coming out, who knows when, I saw the price for $20, which I don't know how much books go for, so I'm guessing that's a good deal. If not, tell me in the comments. And there's going to be a movie based on it, and this is the one thing that kind of caught my eye more than anything. Sony is making the movie. Sony is making the movie based on the console wars for the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis console wars. That was just like, Sony? The only thing Sony was even in the console wars for during the Genesis and during the Super Nintendo and Genesis was that Sony was going to make a CD add-on for the Super Nintendo, but it never happened, except they went with Philips and we got CDI, which sucks. And then, you know, Sony went to go make their own video game console, which we know today as PlayStation, and you kind of know that from there on out. But PlayStation has a good relationship with Nintendo, even though they never agreed with the whole CD add-on. So that's kind of interesting. But Valerie, I'm recording. But it's just really interesting that. Okay, I was going to point the camera at Valerie, see what she does. Exactly, she gets all... See? Oh, see? What? What? Okay. She gets all shy and depressed when she's on camera. Anyways, I'm actually wanting to see that movie and read the book. That is a weird thing to say, because I haven't read a book since high school, and it was for, like, reading class or something. And that's just surprising to me. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a couple, like, books that's unauthorized and stuff like that that's based on the console wars, but the cool thing is that there's actors going to be in the movie, like actual, like, good actors, like Seth Rogen. And okay, all I know is Seth Rogen right now, but they didn't name that many because it's barely in the process. But Seth Rogen is really, really interested in this project, so that's pretty cool. If you don't know who Seth Rogen is, it's fine. He's from like, what was it, Knocked Up, I think. That's where the first movie I've seen him in ever, I believe, in my opinion. And I remember he was in Superbad as the cop, and I think something else I just can't remember. He's in a lot of things, like Zack and something Make a Porno. I know he was in that, and I think he was in Pineapple Express. If not, sorry. I don't know. I just remember. I just know he's a pretty good actor, so it doesn't look like anybody hates him, because I never hear anybody telling me, oh, he sucks or something. So that's good. Now the other thing, other than Valerie keep bothering me, yeah, see, you shut up exactly when you're on camera. Anyways, the last thing I want to talk about today is I beat Star Fox 64 3D. I'm a little surprised. Now, the one thing that I forgot that this game can do, because I'm so used to the original 64 version, it saves the game. So when I wanted to play Star Fox 64 and play it all the way through today, I realized I was already halfway through it because it saved the game from the last point I saved. So I'm just gonna point at her and see what she does. So yeah, so I basically just beat again Star Fox 64 on the 3DS. Well, the 3D version, Star Fox 64 3D from 2 years ago. No, good fact actually, or known fact about myself. Star Fox 64, I never beat it until 2011, or was it 2012. So, a year and a half ago, I beat that game. Maybe even more. A year and like 3/4, I beat that game. And it was the very last game I beat in 2012. You're probably saying, how do you know that's the exact last game you beat in 2012? Oh, I have papers. You're probably like, what? I keep documents of what games I beat within the year. Ever since 2011. Because it sounds like a good concept and I like what I was doing, so. So you see here. What year is that? 2013. 2012. Here it is. There it is. Number 49. Wow, I beat 49 games. The very last one. Star Fox 64 next to Donkey Kong Country Returns and, well, the rest. You can kind of read by yourself. But yeah. Let's see, what was 2011? Yeah, okay, maybe I started at 2012. I remember I wanted to start doing this, and it's been going pretty well. Sorry about the weird things. Anyways, yeah, so it's been a year and 3/4 I beat the original Star Fox, and now I beat Star Fox 64 3D, and I gotta say, I'm still satisfied with the game, and if I would ever LP it, I would want to record the 3DS version, but I don't have a 3DS capture card. But one day I will record and let's play Star Fox 64. It won't, most likely, it won't be the difficult route. I'll just most likely be the easiest route, just because I'm still kind of a noob at the game, and it took me a couple tries to actually beat hard mode on the original 64. And I didn't do it this time on 3DS, but I might eventually in the future. I do that kind of stuff. Now y'all probably asking yourself, now that you beat Star Fox 64 3D, what's the next game you're going to be playing? Other than playing Mario Power Tennis and Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, I want to go back to Link Between Worlds. Valerie, what? Okay. But yeah, I want to go back to Link Between Worlds because it's like one of the only few games that's like trying to grab me and say beat this game, because I have a lot of 64 games, or 64, a lot of 3DS games, but a lot of them already beaten, and that's kind of like my thing. I want to beat all my 3DS games, even though it's kind of hard. So these are all of them, if you could tell. So Mario 3D Land, Kingdom Hearts, here's a Zelda, Luigi's Mansion, Kid Icarus, Pokemon X, Project Cross Zone, Naruto Power for Shippuden, Sonic Generations, Paper Mario Sticker Star, Mario Kart 7, Ocarina of Time 3D, Star Fox 64 3D, Epic Mickey, Power of Illusion, and Pokemon Rumble Blast. Now the only game I haven't even beaten because it's really freaking hard is Pokemon Rumble Blast. It's the only one. Okay, other than Link to the Past, or Link Between Worlds, but Pokemon Rumble Blast is the only one I actually rage quit on all those 3DS games. I will eventually go back to it again in the future. Every single game I just said I beat it except for these ones. Pokemon X. Yes, I know. I'm a big Pokemon fan. I haven't got to it for some reason. I'm Let's Playing it. That's why I haven't beaten it yet. Well, Boss Battle Run only Let's Play, so. Project Cross Zone. I bought it, and I'm buying too many new games. I'm just testing them out first to see, how I like it and such. Same with Naruto Power for Shippuden. And that is closely it. The other game I haven't even beaten or even really tried playing was Paper Mario Sticker Star. And I stopped playing that ever since when Pokemon X and Y came out. So I guess I really have really 3 games I really have to beat. So I'm trying to beat all of my 3DS games. But that's gonna be an accomplishment. Even though I'm still buying more 3DS games. I was considering buying Steel Diver the other day, except for getting the Nintendo eShop $35 points card. Valerie, what is it? You're really freaking bothering me today. Anyways, I want to get back to Wii U. I really do. Like, I want to play the games. And the really big games I want to play is... Well, I already told you guys these games before, but I'll tell you again. We got Pikmin 3, Batman Arkham Origins, Wonderful 101, DuckTales Remastered, and Zombie U. Every other game already beaten, or I don't really feel like I have to beat yet, like Nintendo Land. But yeah, I'm good. I'm settled for like playing so many games. I have so many games I have never even beaten. It's not even funny. Well, actually, if you want to know exactly, go to my Backloggery account on backloggery.com/exceedingshadow. Just look me up on Backloggery and you'll see how many games I haven't even beaten. It's probably more than 200. No joke. Anyways, thank you for watching. That's really the biggest things I want to talk about today. Other than I think something comes out tomorrow. It's something big. Oh, I remember what comes out tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll talk to you guys about WWE Network. I'm not getting it, but I'll tell you if people hate it, like it. Let's just see how it runs. Let's just see how it goes. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to below, and I'm sorry for a little bit longer vlog. I wanted this to actually be around 10 minutes. It's like 15 or something now. Well, when I saw it, time. But anyways, thank you for watching, and Valerie, do you have anything to say? Okay. Do you say bye? Do you say bye?
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Anyways, thank you for watching. See you guys tomorrow, alright? Bye. And I finally get to see my cousin work, because she's returning back to work tomorrow. Finally. Anyways, thank you for watching. Once again, tomorrow.